ass because it's the stupidest. They're all equally
It's the
stupid.
dumbest and the smelliest and the jerk offiest.
What are these lines on the top?
Uh, it's that's originally for the internet thing, so people don't see all the tabs and stuff that are open.
Oh,
So that'd be the top. That'd be like the toolbar and
we
stuff.
should have taught Alex Jones that.
Yeah, so
He might have been doing free porn research or whatever he was
tranny
tranny
porn.
research. And maybe sometimes you gotta try it, you know? He had to make sure that he didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that flavor.
That's how dudes work, isn't it?
I think so.
Booped.
I'm sad I jerked off to this. I won't do that again.
Yeah, that felt bad. People should be. I mean, sometimes the shit's really weird, but we're at times. It's a time now. We live in a society with time.
Say it ain't so.
Can these get closed, or should I keep them open? Should I just close the internet, or can I? Well, I'm gonna need to get pictures and stuff, so.
Yeah, so you can close
All the internet one, or all the
the streaming things.
streaming this pee in your mouth.
Oh.
And Twitter too, right?
Yeah.
I'll never call it fucking that other thing. I just got a fucking Twitter. And now you want me to fucking call it some arbitrary change because it makes you feel it makes you feel cool, you know? That's my Elon Musk impression.
Goodbye.
Hey, Craven boy.
Try to come steal my soup? My vegetable stew soup?
It probably smells the meat bouillon, but since there's no meat, he's like, ooh. Can we remember that idea again? The biggest.
We're using Kitboga. I fell for the biggest scam.
Yeah. I fell for the biggest scam. I feel like I gotta put that somewhere. Please don't start now that we're doing this, sweet boy. I'm gonna pull you all the way to me. What is his real name? Donnie?
Fatty Lafferty.
He's got a strange face. It's no wonder he wears those glasses all the time. I bet you. There's just something strange. Like his features only match up if his eyes are being covered.
It's almost like he's got an adult face, but he's got baby eyes.
Maybe, or like
teenager, like I'm 8.
He's got a little boy face. And then, like, dying drunk Nick Swarsden eyes.
Take that, Kitboga.
Kitboga exposed by clueless scammer? Some random guy? Maybe I gotta search grandma. Maybe I just gotta watch a thing. You better stop. Maybe you should have eaten before we did this.
I'll have a couple bites and I'll start reading.
Okay. Well, just because, you know, it was more for you to be able to enjoy it than... Ow. You are being mean right now. But I want to hump your bed. Not gonna happen. Sorry. I probably should just... Look in that picture. He looks like fucking Nick Swarsden. And,
yeah.
I thought he would always use surprise face on his covers or something. And also, I spelled surprised without an S.
Nah.
Leave out the last S for savings. Ooh, intrusion of my mind. That's a commercial, I guess, in one of the places that I used to live. And it was like 1-800-MATTRES. We leave out the last S for savings. No, you don't. Is because there's no more numbers to dial.
Because if you do, it fucks up the whole phone number system. You fucking Granglebanguses.
Look, he's still wearing the glasses because he's self-conscious at like 3 years old.
He's got Graves' disease or something. He just always keeps his eyeballs covered.
Because that's the one where your eyeballs pop out of your head?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna have to fucking watch one of his things. Didn't I make a new... It's not showing it on the tweets.
It doesn't flip back and forth like that.
What do you mean? So it's only gonna be on the make a file thing?
I think so. If we're gonna do some switching back and forth, I need to change.
No, I mean, this is what I intended to do, to draw on here, right?
Yeah.
Look at the screen. It's still on the before we made a file.
Why is that not updated? Could you go to
window capture?
Yeah. Click that. Yeah. Go to.
Get out of here?
Yeah, you don't need to be there anymore. Go to switch over to Photoshop. Don't minimize it like that. It's stupid, but it screws up with. So that's what it should be saying. We'll give it a second to catch up.
Was it? It can't see the screen, the transparency, the PDF, or the PNG on.
That's very weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to add a picture in here or something. Is it gonna see everything then?
No.
Okay. So, who's this?
That's a GIF.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. Photoshop can't see it. That's dumb as hell.
Okay. Go back to that screen you were on, baby. We'll see if we can't figure this out. Nope.
This one.
Nope.
This
you want to be on? Yeah.
Okay.
Double click the window capture. Where it says automatic.
Uh-huh.
Go down to the one that says Windows 10.
Uh-huh.
Click OK.
Well, that worked. That was quick. Ooh. Are you done with your stew?
No.
Okay, we gotta find a Kitboga. I wish I hate calling people by their fucking screen names.
You should also mute the desktop audio.
Okay. Will do. Can you put up the stuff when everybody decides to talk to us? Oh, just mute the whole thing, right?
No, that's not what I was talking about.
Okay.
In OBS.
Oh. Okay.
The thing that says desktop audio. It's the top in the audio mixer.
Top audio?
There's a little speaker icon. Click
this
that.
one?
Yeah.
Click this?
So now if you play a YouTube video, it won't get sent to the feed and then no copyright shenanigans. So you're about to listen to
Oh,
another streamer's stuff.
little Kit Boga, little old 3 million subscriber Kit Boga.
Little baby Boga.
He don't have no grandma outfit on.
Maybe he get there.
I searched through the whole dang thing.
Well, not grandma today.
Alright.
That's good. I'm about to go give me some milk.
Can you read some first?
Okay.
I want to get to thinking a little bit.
All right, babe. Oh, where do we leave off? 6 or 4. If the Pythians allow. Okay. You have finished off your ruling. You have finished off your ruling men most beautifully, Socrates, like a sculptor, he said.
Finished them off. That real quick.
What's
The no closer, light it up for computer mouse. You know I can't think about words. It's difficult. I don't like looking at that number. Makes me panic because people show up and they're retarded, so they leave, and I don't know to talk to anybody. So I'm just gonna pretend like there's nobody there until somebody declares themselves.
Okay, baby. You have finished off your ruling men most beautifully, Socrates, like a sculptor, he said. And the ruling women also, Glaucon, I replied. For don't imagine that anything I have said applies any more to men than to women, so long as we have women of adequate natural gifts.
Can you say that part one more time?
And the ruling women also, Glaucon, I replied. For don't imagine that anything I have said applies any more to men than to women, so long as we have women of adequate natural gifts.
You better not treat him like a dude.
He's not excluding them.
Yeah, but he can't include them the same way he can include guys. Know what I mean?
No.
Really? Treat men and women the same?
Maybe not treat them the same, but they should follow the same stuff. I think that's what he's saying.
Oh, I don't know that yet, because he was just talking about how they should be going to school for this many years and learning this,
studying gymnastics.
Yeah, so it can't apply to both men and women.
You are right, he said, since they will share alike with the men in all things, as we described. Well then, I said, do you agree that our words concerning city and constitution are not mere pious prayers? That our proposals are difficult, but are somehow practical? And that in no other way than we have described, when those who are truly philosophers, either one or more of them, become rulers in a state, and despise the present objects of men's ambitions, thinking them worthless and mean.
Thinking them worthless and mean?
Yeah.
Can you say the part before that?
Well then, I said, do you agree that our words concerning city and constitution are not mere pious prayers? That our proposals are difficult, but are somehow practical, and that in no other way than we have described, when those who are truly philosophers, either one or more of them become rulers in a state and despise the present objects of men's ambitions, thinking them worthless and mean, when holding precious the right and the prizes which it gives, and giving the chiefest and most essential place to justice, they serve and foster it, and so set their own city to rights? How? He asked. They must send into the country, I replied, all in the city who are more than 10 years old, and so get the children out of the moral influences of their parents.
Oh, what?
I think he's saying take the kids to the country. You can't. If you're gonna take kids, can't be any more than 10. We're gonna take them out to the country and start training them with the gymnastics and the.
And take them away from their parents?
Yes.
Fuck that.
Out of the moral influences of their parents, and train them in their own customs and laws.
Out of the moral
influences.
So get them out of their parents' influence and start influencing them
in the ways that they have described what is best.
He's losing me right now. He said something before that I wasn't happy about either.
And train them in their own customs and laws, which are those we have enumerated. And will not a city and constitution, such as we have described, be thus most quickly and easily established, and enjoy happiness, and greatly benefit the nation in which it is found? Surely, he said, and I think, Socrates, that you have described well how, if ever, it would come into being. Then is not our discourse concerning this city and the man who is like to it now at last complete? For surely it is obvious what sort of nature we shall demand of him. It is, he said, and as for our subject, I think it is completed.
Completed?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
The topic is done.
Oh.
That's the end of book 7.
Oh. Should we read book 1?
Sure, we'll do that. Go into book 8 too. Since it's the next parts.
Well, but we skipped the other parts.
Yeah, but we have learned the trainings and the things to do. Defining things by what they are and what they aren't.
I would be interested to know what would be offered then in the other books.
Okay. Jesus, the introduction's just as long as the other books. The Republic of Plato.
How many pictures do you think he's been taking of himself, this Kiboga? Because look, he's wearing the same hat and the same shirt. He kind of looks like fucking Justice Schramm. I need to get a picture of him too, I think. Because, you know, like using it, fucking, which one of my pictures should I put on this fucking thing today? Like, it don't make no sense how you can keep yourself close to yourself while also distancing yourself by creating this like character. You know?
Yeah.
He is over here, and then he's like, I'm gonna take another picture in case I need a little more serious fucking face. Oh, here, let's use this surprise face a couple times. Fucking Joel did that on his shit too. I never noticed like really too much because
maybe it's just he's videotaping himself doing this. He's already recorded it. I don't know if these were previously live stuff.
Yeah, but he's not wearing that. When did he have this outfit? Is what I would wonder first before going to that conclusion.
Okay, so should I start this?
Yeah.
I went down to the Piraeus yesterday with Glaucon, the son of Ariston. As this was the first celebration of the festival, I wished to make my prayers to the goddess and see the ceremony. I liked the procession of the residents, but I thought that the Thracians ordered theirs quite as successfully.
Ordered what?
I liked the procession of the residents, but I thought that the Thracians ordered theirs quite as successfully. We had offered our prayers and finished our sightseeing and were leaving for the city when from some way off, Polemarchus, son of Caliphus, saw that we were starting homewards and sent his slave to run after us and bid us to wait.
Bit us right on the ass to wait.
Oh.
Ew, is that supposed to be that dirty looking? You know how like Joel had like a dirty ass shirt? You could tell like when you zoomed in. Is his hat like just cause it's black? Is it like just
maybe he painted in it or something, you know?
I don't know. That shit looks like lint.
Could be gross.
Let me try another angle, maybe a Fred angle.
The lad caught my cloak from behind, and I said, Polemarchus bids you to wait. I turned around and asked him where his master was. He is coming behind, he said. But will you please wait? Surely we will, said Glaucon. Very soon up came Polemarchus, and with him Adimantus, Glaucon's brother, and Niceratus, the son of Nicias, and some others, evidently from the procession. Socrates, said Polemarchus, you seem to be leaving, and to be on your way to the city. You are not far wrong, I said. Well, he said, do you see our numbers? Surely. Then either show yourselves the stronger or remain here. But there is still an alternative, I said. What if we persuade you that you ought to let us go? Do you mean to say, he said, that you can persuade those who won't listen? No, indeed, said Glaucon. Well, you may make up your minds that we won't. But you do not know, Adimantus put in, that in the evening there is to be a torch race on horseback in honor of the goddess? On horseback, I said. That is certainly a novelty. Will it be a horse race with riders carrying torches and handing them to one another?
How'd you know?
Or how will it be done? As you say, said Polemarchus, and there will be a night festival besides, which will be worth seeing. We can go out and watch it after dinner, and many of the young men here will join our party, and we shall talk. So please, stay, and don't refuse. It seems that we had better, said Glaucon. Well, if you think so, I said, let us stay. We went home, therefore, with Polemarchus, and found that his brothers Lysias and
Smicius,
Euthydemus, and with them also Thrasymachus of Chalcedon, Charmantes of
is that
Cynea,
Pokemon?
and Cleitophon, the son of
Jagaphon.
Aristomenes, with Polemarchus's father.
What is the point of saying all these fucking names? Like, is it like they have to use real people, so they have to, or they feel the need to use real people?
What you doing? Getting frisky? Come here. I'll pet you. No, he's just frisky. I was petting him down here and he just jumped up and bit my arm. Hey, eating boy.
Kid Boga needs some chapstick. Maybe I'll help you out. Now that I've gained the power of 1,000 photoshoppers. Attention, photoshoppers. I would like if it is it good. Is it good manners, good culture to include people in your dialogues? You're like, oh, I know that oh yeah, Specimicius, you know. Now I can relate to this shit or whatever.
Yes. There are characters who may need to be called upon to move the story along.
Do they have certain personalities that...
They might. I think.
Or are these people maybe made up?
Right.
Yeah, sure, Glaucon of fucking Flogenbergen, whatever.
Well, let's talk. He is... I think this is a play.
Well, yeah, but even if it's not, the questions still abound, don't they? How you fucking rename a layer?
You just double click where it says the text.
Damn, I clicked too and it... Whatever.
And Polemarchus' father, Cephalus. I thought him looking very old. It was indeed some time since I had seen him. He was sitting upon a cushioned chair, a garland on his head, for he had just been sacrificing in the court. There were seats around the room. And
Sacrificing? Like animals?
Maybe.
How do they have so much logic but also do dumbass shit like that? Ugh.
There were seats around the room, and we sat down beside him. Cephalus, as soon as he saw me, greeted me and said,
You don't very often visit us in Piraeus, Socrates, but you ought to. If I were still able to walk to town easily, there would be no need for you to come here. We could come to you. But as things are, you ought to come here oftener. For I find that I lose my taste for bodily pleasures. I grow more eager than ever for discussion. And enjoy it more.
Is it just because he's writing it, though? Like, would somebody really say that? Like, there's enough self-awareness to go, like, I want to evolve from carnal pleasures to mind things. Damn, what a face. I am so mad and upset at myself. Mom and I had a fight. Oh yeah, we watched that.
And described by Justice Rom and by being Brandon Small.
Eating some cooked hot dogs I made. Are you sure you cooked them? Oh, thank you, kitten. Blu-ray combo package. His life is like meaningless. What do you guys eat? What do you put on your cooked hot dogs? And what do you think Brendan and his mom, Paula Small? Oh, fucker.
Little Paula hot dog.
Craven, not over... Face of him. Ugh. Stay strong, friendo. You seem like a genuinely nice dude. Why? Because he's too stupid to do anything else. Because he just wants to sit around and watch fucking Frasier and home movies all day. Like, there's... What is genuine? What did he have to work for? What restraint does he need? What fucking action has he had to take? What thoughts has he had to have to be a genuinely good dude?
Nothing I've seen.
Burger King, 8-piece chicken nuggets, and french fries. What movie do you think Brendan Small and his mom Paula Small
would watch if they were eating an 8-piece chicken nugget meal?
I grow eager more.
Hold one second, husband. My Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson raised eyebrow impression.
That's dead on. That's dead on.
Wow.
Oh man.
I'm so glad the dislike button's barely used anymore. It really makes people feel like they could just do fucking whatever. He looks like what's his name? Only you can prevent election fraud. Project Veritas. Doesn't he kind of got the same eye as
that O'Keefe guy?
Yeah. With the eyebrow thing, kinda. Should I put a face to face?
If you want. There was very recently a picture of him on the tweeters.
Oh, it's not his shit anymore because of. Where's his eyes? Oh, you see how like he is that eyebrow thing? Maybe it's not the best. He's got no like just looking with his eyes. They've got like the same shaped eyes. In a way. He's got such a big schnoz. Is not just okay. It's kind of like that crease over there when he raises his eyebrow too. You can't see it. You don't know nothing. It's okay.
You're right. I don't know nothing.
You don't know Jack. Sorry, we could keep reading. So what are they talking about? Oh, they finally got to. Oh,
This
you're
guy-
saying that people can listen to reason or some shit?
No,
Right?
no. There's an old man that Socrates knew before, and this Cephalus is like, I have grown old. He's like, if I were younger, I would come and see you, but now that I've lost my ability for physical things, I am now chasing
Thought.
Yeah. But as things are, you ought to come here oftener, for I find that as I lose my taste for bodily pleasures, I grow more eager than ever for discussion, and enjoy it more. So do not refuse me. Spend your time with these young men, and visit us where you know you are with old friends.
The Cheers bar.
where every sophist knows your name.
Is that a good face?
Oh, what a delightful face.
He looks like he smells so bad. He looks like he smells like my brother.
Put them next to each other, and then you could have like fell for scams. We can put glasses on them and stuff. Make them look like.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Because of something. I forgot why, but oh, that fucking hole in his wall. Maybe just have like an arrow that points to it, because we fell for the biggest scam and then we got angry and punched the wall.
Yeah. So, question is, did he put that hole in the wall, or did his mom? Just trying to fucking deal with it. I don't care about the VHS anymore. Punch.
Right? I think he had said something in a video where he was talking about how he punches. I lost my temper or some shit like that, you know?
Huh. All right.
But oh man.
So, indeed, Cephalus, I said, I enjoy talking with very old men.
Socrates is fucking old himself. What is he talking about? You old coot.
Socrates, you old coot. We fell for so many scams.
Alright, done. God. Turn this shit back around.
I consider that they have gone before us long a road which we must all travel in our turn. And it is good that we should ask them of the nature of that road, whether it be rough and difficult or easy and smooth. You, Cephalus, are now in that time of life which the poets call the old age, the threshold. And I should particularly like to ask your thoughts on this question. Is it a painful period of life? Or what
is your news of it?
That arrow they used to have, it's probably in downloads, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's called
It could also be there's that new folder PNGs that it could be in. I might have moved it there.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
I gotta get a different Mikey Shanks. Just to have another. He's got maybe something with eyeglasses. Because he kind of looks like Kid Boga too. Everybody looks the same to me right now.
That dog.
So because it's a PNG,
Yeah.
you.
Like the backgrounds and stuff have been removed out of them.
Okay. Fruits and veg. That's a weird way to. Chris Farley baby?
Yeah.
Why is that Chris Farley baby? Oh, because he's wearing a suit?
And you
Go
called
ahead.
him. I was picking the thing. I was like, is that Chris Farley as a baby?
Oh, yeah. In a crib down by the river.
Bad baby in a little coat. I'm gonna get some more stew stuff there.
Okay.
Be right back.
I wish we had like a bread or something. I guess, could I have that? Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I'm cold. Yeah. I could always take them off later. Alright, we're just gonna have to find a fucking pointy arrow. Pointing arrow P and G. Perfect. Really?
Really what, baby?
I got a PNG and it took the checkered background with it. But I removed background.
You removed it.
Could I have like a long sleeve shirt if there's one?
Yeah.
Is there a circle thing? I could draw a circle easily. I don't remember if I ever. I have tried to do that, but I don't remember.
There's
I'll figure it out. It's okay.
where that rectangle is.
Yeah.
Hold that. Click on the rectangle. That's the shape tool.
Oh. I could make it a polygon too. I'll be unique. Because it's stop. Oh, well.
And then you can change the inside and you can.
I like the circle better.
You can make it a Jew triangle.
Whoa.
If you click on that, you can change the color and the thickness of the line, so you can make it transparent.
Okay. I've been liking those weird emboss shit. Makes it pop.
is popping? And you're locking.
Locking down that ass.
Taking sex to the face.
Okay. It's not a fill. Oh. Probably something over here. There we go.
And there's stroke. Yeah.
What kind of weird shit is this? Darker. Don't tell me, I'll tell you. Get.
And then you can change its thickness. And if it's
Or
like
do
different
I do
styles.
Can I do the color here instead? Nope.
I think that might be the stroke color, baby. I think you just did.
Well, yeah, but I want to do it different because, like, it's having me go through folders. What is this shit? You know?
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't change shit and fucking. What did I do?
Look at it.
Yeah.
I think that line that's next to it, you can change, like if it's a dotted line, it'd be like a one whole pen stroke and stuff.
Hmm. No. Ooh.
Biggest scam ever.
Come on, you shit. No.
I could definitely eat more of that.
Again.
Oh, where are we? The threshold. Well, what news of it? I will give you my own opinion gladly, Socrates, he said. You know, some of us old men are often together. True to the old proverb. Now, most of the company, whenever they meet, lament their wretched lot. They long for the pleasures of youth, and call to mind the delights of love, and drink, and feasting, and so on. They complain that they are as men who have lost a great treasure, who once lived well and now don't live at all. And some of them bewail the insults which their kinsfolk heap upon their years, and therefore they decry old age for all the evils it has brought upon them. But in my opinion, Socrates, they don't really see what is wrong. If they were right, then I too, and all who have come to my time of life, would by reason of old age have suffered as they have. But, as a matter of fact, I have met many whose experience is different.
Take the poet Sophocles, for example. I was with him once when someone...
Sexually.
Oh my.
That's disgusting.
That's Plato ASMR.
Ugh.
I was mukbanging. I was with him once when someone asked him, "How do you stand, Sophocles, in respect to the pleasures of sex? Are you still capable of intercourse? How's your weenie?"
Of course that's what they're fucking thinking about.
"Hush, sir," he said. "It gives me the greatest joy to have escaped the clutches of that savage and fierce master." Weird how I have come across the same kind of thing. It's been such a different mindset having to be on the prowl for a lady, and then once I found you, like, I found so much more. It's like, man, my brain's not preoccupied with all this stuff.
It seems like kind of like a prison, right? From the other side.
Yeah.
It's like you're a slave to your own dick slapping. All those 4chan people who are like, I can't stop jerking off. What do we do for them? Cut their arms off. I can't reach my own dick.
Oven mitts and stuff.
Like they got the chicken pox.
Yep. They got jerking it too much syndrome.
He's doing the same fucking face that Joel does too. Did he fucking copy Kiboga? I got a feeling he did.
I think this is a common pose.
Yeah, but it's not just that, it's the other poses that are made and the different, like, using the same kind of format for his for these things. Thumbnails. I can never fucking remember.
Video pitches.
Yeah.
I thought then that he spoke wisely, and I think so still, for certainly old age brings great peace and freedom from passions such as these. When the desire grows less intense and slackened, most certainly it is as Sophocles says, it means release from masters many and ravaging. But all these troubles, their complaints against their kinsfolk among them, have but one cause, and that is not old age, Socrates, but men's disposition. For old age lays but a moderate burden on men who have order and peace within themselves, but ill-governed natures find youth and old age alike irksome.
Can you say that one more time?
When desires grow less intense and slacken, most certainly it is as Sophocles says, it means release from masters many and ravaging. But all these troubles, their complaints against their kinsfolk among them, have but one cause, and that is not old age, Socrates, but men's disposition. For old age lays but a moderate burden on men who have order and peace within themselves.
Yeah. It's not the old age that gets them right. It's getting right that gets you right. Am I right?
You're right. But ill-governed natures find youth and old age alike irksome. Ill-governed natures like horniness.
Hard to govern yourself or whatever.
I was delighted with him for what he said, and wishing to hear more, I tried to draw him out by saying, I fancy, Celephus, that most people don't admit that you admit what you say.
I would like to mention, because everybody's like, oh, were the Greeks fucking gay all the time? Ooh, were the Romans fucking gay? That it wasn't the gayness, it's their urges that they couldn't restrain. Right? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That they didn't say, ooh, I love fucking dongs. They were like, I can't control myself. There's bestial urges.
Yeah.
That has to be put. It's not fucking love.
There's things of excess. The lots of gluttony when it was able to happen. People would overindulge in wine, in food.
One of their first philosophers, Epicurus. He was fucking an overindulger.
Epicurus.
Ugh, probably.
Most people don't admit what you say, but consider that you find old age pleasant, not because of your disposition, but because your great wealth. For the rich, they say, have many consolations. True, he said, they do not admit it, but in a sense they are right, but not so right as they think. There is great force in that retort of Themistocles to Seriphian, who said sneeringly that his fame was due not to himself but to his city. Certainly, said Themistocles, I should not have become famous were I a Seriphian. But neither would you were you an Athenian.
What?
I wouldn't be famous if I was from where you are, and you wouldn't be famous if you were for where I'm from.
Why? They're all the same old dog shit.
The same applies to men who are not rich and cannot endure old age. A good man even would not easily endure old age and poverty conjoined, nor would the bad man, though he got riches, ever obtain peace with himself.
So there's a difference between the rich and the poor in these different countries? Is that...
I'm not sure. I think he's talking about there's a part to enduring old age, and wealth is a part of it, but
One of
There's-
these countries
there's,
can't handle being old.
I don't think it's a country. It's a good man. A good man even would not easily endure old age and poverty conjoined. Nor would the bad man, though he got riches, ever attain peace with himself. Did you inherit the greater part of your wealth, Cephalus, I said, or have you made it? What have I made myself, Socrates, he said. In the matter of money making, I might be called the mean between my grandfather and my father. My grandfather, Cephalus, inherited about as much wealth as I now possess, and increased it many times, while Licinius, my
Retarded younger brother.
my father, reduced it to even less than it is now. But I am content if I leave these young men not less, but perhaps a little more than I inherited. I asked, I said, because you seem to me not excessively fond of money, and that is usually the case with men who have not made it. But those who have made their money are twice as much attached to it as others. For as poets love their poems and fathers love their children, just so money makers value their money, not only for its uses as other people do, but because it is their own production. They are disagreeable people to meet for that reason. They have no praise for anything but riches. You are right, he said. Yes, I said. But tell me this. What do you consider the greatest good in the possession of ample means? Something that perhaps few men will credit, he said. But you know, Socrates, when a man faces the thought that he must die, there come upon him fear and foreboding about things that have not troubled him before. Once he laughed at the tales about those in Hades, of punishment to be suffered there by him who here has done injustice. But now his soul is tormented by the thought that these may be true, and whether from the bodily weakness of old age or because he is now near that other world, he himself sees those things more clearly. He becomes full of fear and suspicion. He begins to reckon up and consider if he had done any injustice to any man. And finding in his life many such acts, often like a child, he awakes out of his sleep in terror and lives in expectation of evil.
Shit.
But with him that is conscious of no injustice in him, kindly hope, the nurse of age, as Pindar calls it, is always present. For that is a beautiful saying of his, Socrates, that whoever has lived a righteous and holy life. And then I think he's about to quote a poem.
Shall eat ass to their content.
If you're good, you can eat some ass. Prepare for eternity of fucking and sucking.
Shit's weird. I only understand how it's kind of like turning into what it is. Because, like, the gray goes away and, like, this black is here, right?
Uh-huh.
When I get rid of that, it's just a regular ass. Oh, like it knows or something. To make that the contour thing or something. I don't know. It's just weird. Purely butts.
Purely butts.
That's what I call butts 5.
She on his pilgrimage fareth beside him, and his heart feedeth. Sweet hope, the nurse of age, most surely she of all, to its haven leadeth, the many turning mind of humankind.
He who smelt it dealt it.
It is really a wonderfully fine description. Now here, I hold, lies the chief advantage of the possession of wealth. Not perhaps for everyone, but for the good man. For we can go to that other world without fear only if we are guiltless of even involuntary deceit or falsehood.
How do they know that? You know?
Or maybe they know they're judged, and so they got to make sure that...
He just got done saying how when they get older, they feel like they're judging themselves. So, maybe would they not see maybe there's a correlation? It's kind of an obvious thing to just fucking glaze over, don't you think? Because they're making up the religious shit, obviously. It's all fucking made up.
Yeah.
And it comes from what people think about in their dumbass heads. Our dumbass heads, I guess. So, that's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
What say you? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did you see that contradiction and go, hold on a second?
No, I didn't see that, wife.
Oh. Okay. Hey, Quaven. Oh.
Lots of judging. They get judged in the afterlife. They gotta be...
They get paranoid when they get older. Or do they get paranoid because their religion made them paranoid? Like, do they get that feeling now because of the religion that they were brought up with? You know? Like, oh shit. It's about that time I was told that it's time to die. So, and I don't want to go somewhere bad.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe it's the... Yeah, maybe.
And if we quit all of our debts of sacrifice to God and of money to man, and to this result money largely contributes. It is indeed many other uses, but setting one thing against another, I should regard this as not the least of the use of wealth to a man of sense. What you say, Cephalus, is excellent, I said, but as to this justice, can we quite without qualification define it as truthfulness and repayment of anything that we have received? Or are these very actions something just and sometimes unjust? For example, if we had been given weapons by a friend when he was of sound mind, and when he went mad and reclaimed them, it would surely be universally admitted that it would not be right to give them back.
What? It would not be right to give them back?
Yeah. So your friend before he goes crazy. What?
It just hurts. That's all.
Oh, sorry, baby. Your friend isn't crazy at the time, and he gives you some weapons. He happens to go crazy and wants them back. It would be
Like that one guy.
universally a good idea not to give the crazy person the weapons.
Well, you remember that one guy that we knew that went crazy and was like, "Here, take my guns because the government's after me." And then he was like, "I want my guns back." My butt. Why I gotta be so fat? I want to spread my butt cheeks a little bit, but I can't reach it. Not with this hand, anyway.
I can help you.
Pull my butt cheek a little closer to you. Oh yeah, keep going a little bit. Dig in a little bit and like, it's my butt. A little, yeah, a little. Oh, okay. Now help me up. Oh yeah. Okay.
And what's love got to do with it?
What does that even
Helping
mean?
spreading butt cheeks. That's what love's got to do with it.
What's love but a guy spreading your butt cheeks? Shit is ridiculous. Here it seems shit used to be different, I guess.
Yeah, you can see the style and his thumbnails have changed.
Yeah.
You minimized Photoshop, so it's showing.
Dang it. Is it better now?
Yeah.
So stupid.
When he went mad and reclaimed them, it would surely be universally admitted that it would not be right to give them back. Anyone who did so and who was prepared to tell the whole truth to a man in that state would not be just. You are right, he said. Then this is not the definition of justice. Speaking the truth and restoring what we have received? Yes. But it is, Socrates, broke in Polemarchus, if we are to believe Simonides. Simonides. Oh, Simonides. Take this Simonides pill if I gotta listen to this shit anymore. Well, said Cephalus, I leave the argument with you, for it is time for me to attend to the sacrifice. Well, I said, is not Polemarchus your heir? Certainly, he said, smiling, and departed to sacrifice.
What? Such a weird. Just. We will go sacrifice now. You know?
Yeah. Cult of death.
Yeah, this shit's been going on forever.
He's such a pretty lady.
Oh. Makes more of a convincing chick than I do, that's for sure.
I don't think so. Kid Boga don't give me boners. Wife gives me throbbing. I don't get the same reaction touching Kid Boga's butt as I do touching your butt.
Well, you've never touched his butt, so you wouldn't know. How do you know
Listen,
until
I was
you
young
know?
once. Come on.
How do you know until you know?
All right, come on. Let's collab, Kid Boga. I gotta grab your ass. We gotta research this.
I'm sure that fucking Christian Fluffy Duffy would love to hear that.
You gotta be gay for science.
Yeah.
Come then, I said. You who have inherited the argument, what is this saying of Simonides about justice of which you approve? That to render to every man what is owing is just, he said, and I for one think he was right in saying so. Well, I said, Simonides is one whom we cannot lightly disbelieve.
Tell
He
that
was
to
a
the
wise
judge.
and godlike man. But as to what this saying means, you, Polemarchus, may know that I certainly do not. For it clearly does not mean what we were just saying. Repayment of what has been given to a man in pledge if the claimant is out of his senses. Yet
Who's
surely
to judge that shit? You know?
That someone's out of their senses?
Yeah. Who's the decider on that?
I guess you.
Well, yeah, but that's neither here nor there for now. Because I wasn't around back then.
you weren't. Yet surely what has been given in pledge is owing, is it not? Yes. But we were certainly not to make repayment when the claimant is out of his senses.
Repayment to the claimant.
True, he said. Then Simonides apparently means something else when he says that to repay what is owing is just. But surely he does, he said, for he thinks that friends owe to friends to do good and no evil. I understand, I said, for what is repaid is not always what is owing. When, for example, a man repays money to one who has deposited it with him, if repayment or acceptance is harmful, and the repayer and receiver are friends, is that what you say is Simonides, what Simonides meant? Certainly. Then are we to repay our enemies whatever is owing to them? Certainly we must pay them what is owing. But I imagine that from an enemy to an enemy, evil of some sort is owing. Because their evil is appropriate. Simonides then, apparently, as poets will, made a riddle on the nature of justice. For he thought, as it appears that to pay every man what is appropriate is just, but he called that what is owing. Do you not agree? He said. In heaven's name, I said, what answer do you think he would have given us if we had asked him?
Oh my god, look at this. Thanksgiving special with Michael Shanks, and they didn't call it fucking Shanksgiving.
What?
Fuck off. That's ridiculous. That's an opportunity missed that could negatively affect someone's life forever.
I had a chance for the first Shanksgiving. Put little pilgrim hats on them.
Oh.
Or you have the safe search on. Who knows what you could search?
I don't have it on. It's on by default, and I'm too lazy to fucking click it every single time to... What was it, that little pregnant belly?
It says wiener.
Oh, ooh, let's, just for science, right? Michael Shanks, Rule 34. All right, well.
Oh my god, he's doing Claudia.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, that's his wiener over there.
Oh, a little space wiener.
Oh my god, he's doing it with Ben Browder.
Ben Browder's banging little. Oh,
I kind of regret this. Oh, whoa, fucking.
Oh, Neil, no.
This was a mistake. Rule 34, I guess, is where it's at. 2 turntables and a microphone. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here.
I can't unsee those things.
Yeah, this is your fault. You said, my safe search. Danny Shanks. Oh, wait, what's his name?
Michael.
Daniel Jackson. Daniel Jackson, Stargate, SG1.
SG2.
Well, it's the spinoff.
Huh? When he was getting banged by Ben Browder, that was a bit of a fucking surprise.
Yeah. I don't like that. But save Taylor Swift. What about fucking Michael Shanks?
Yeah. Did Michael
Shanks... He never asked to fuck Hard Dean Anders.
Some of that Claudia Black stuff didn't look consensual.
Yeah. Rape is rape. What is rape? Oh, are you really... Is it gonna be a fucking GIF? I don't...
Ugh.
There we go. Beautiful.
Huh.
In heaven's name, I said, what answer do you think he would have given us if we had asked him, Simonides, what that is owing and appropriate does the art call medicine render? And to whom or what?
An art, huh?
Clearly that it renders drugs and food and drink to bodies. And what that is owing and appropriate does the art called cookery render? And to whom or what? Seasoning to dishes. Well, what then does the art called justice render? And to whom or what? If Socrates, he said, we are to be consistent, it renders benefits and injuries to friends and enemies. Then does he mean by justice doing good to friends and evil to enemies?
I think so.
But when people are ill, who, as regards health and disease is most capable of doing good to friends and harm to enemies? A doctor.
A doctor does harm to enemies? I thought it was do no harm. Yeah, that shit is fucking bullshit. Oh, man.
And when they are on a voyage as regards to the dangers of the sea, a ship captain. Then what about the just man? In what action and in what regard is the most capable of benefiting his friends and harming his enemies? In wars and alliances, I imagine. Very good. But, my dear Polemarchus, a doctor is useless when men are not ill.
Uh-huh. But I thought they can also do punishment.
Yeah. And a ship captain when they are not on the sea. Yes.
He's fucking useless.
And when then is the just man also useless when men are not at war? I cannot think so. Then justice is useful in peace also. It is. So is farming, is it not? Yes. In the procuring of fruits of the earth, that is to say. Yes. And is shoemaking also useful? Yes. In the procuring of shoes, you would say. Certainly. Now then, as to justice, what need does it satisfy, or what benefit procuring that makes it useful in peace? It is useful in dealings, Socrates. By dealings, do you mean partnerships or something different? Yes, partnerships. Then in a game of drafts, is the just man or the drafter player a good and useful partner? The draft player.
What is this, fantasy football?
Not sure. In bricklaying and masonry, will the just man be better and more useful partner than the builder? Certainly not. Then, as the harp player is a better partner to the just man in playing music, in what kind of partnership will the just man be better than the harp player or the builder? In monetary partnership, I imagine. Except perhaps, Polemarchus, in using money, as when it comes to buying or selling a horse. There, I imagine a man who knows horses is the better partner, is he not? Apparently. And in buying or selling a ship, the shipbuilder or the captain will be the better. Probably. Then on which occasion of using silver and gold is the just man a more useful partner than others? In the case of depositing and keeping money safe. Is it not as good as saying, when there is no need to use money, but only to keep it unused? Yes. Then justice is useful in regard to money when money is useless.
What? Oh, when it's not that it's useless, but it's not being used.
Yeah.
So why have it, I guess?
It looks like it. And when a pruning knife is to be kept, justice is useful in both dealing with others and for yourself. But when it is used, the art of vine dressing is more useful. Apparently. Would you say the same of a shield and a harp? When they are to be kept and not used, justice is useful. But when they are to be used, the arts of fighting and of music are more useful. That must be so. And it is not the same with is it not the same with everything else? When anything is to be used, justice is useless. And when it is not to be used, useful, it looks like it. Justice, then, my friend, cannot be of any great moment if it is useful only for things that are useless. But let us consider this point. In any kind of fight, whether with fists or weapons, is it not he who is cleverest in striking also cleverest in warding off blows? Certainly. Moreover, is it not he who is clever in warding off disease also cleverest in implanting it without being found out?
Excuse me, are they saying they fucking plant disease in people?
There's probably times where doctors have been caught making people sick.
Shit. I mean, that's a thing to note, right?
Yeah.
A history, oh, look, repeating itself, fucking Fauci Hippocrates, fucking China. Oh, but that would never happen. Then why are they writing about it fucking 3,000 years ago, you fucking doofus?
I think so. And he is an excellent guard of an army who was clever in stealing the plans of the enemy and all their dispositions? Certainly. Then whoever is a clever guarder of anything is also a clever thief of it? Apparently.
Oh, cause it would you gotta know your enemy, right?
Yeah.
That's a problem. You know your enemy, you become your enemy.
Then if the just man is clever at guarding money, he is also clever at stealing it. That is certainly the drift of the argument, he said. Then the just man stands revealed as a clever thief, and you have probably learnt that from Homer, for he had a great
Homer
liking for Odysseus's maternal grandfather.
Agaporpes the thief.
Autolycus, and says that he excelled all men in theft and perjury. Justice, then, according to you and Homer...
That's Odysseus's fucking...
oh, man. And
grandfather?
Yeah. And Autolycus, that's the guy that it fucking makes sense now. You know, I watched the Herculeses and the Xenas.
Yeah.
Autolycus is the character Bruce Campbell plays, and he is the thief.
Oh, shit.
He was not ever anybody's grandfather, but that's interesting. They named that the thief character.
Yeah.
Man, they did some digging.
So, this guy is Odysseus's grandfather?
Yeah.
Ooh, my Odysseus, though. So much honor.
Autolycus, and says that he excelled all men in theft and perjury. Justice, then, according to you and Homer and Simonides, seemed to be a form of theft for the advantage of friends and the harm of enemies. Have you not said so? Good heavens, no, he said, but I do not know of what I have said. Still, I am of the same opinion that justice is to help your friends and harm your enemies. Do you define a man's friend as those who seem to him to be trustworthy, or as those who really are, whether they seem so or not? And so with his enemies? It is but likely, he said, that a man should love those whom he thinks trustworthy and hate those whom he thinks are evil.
The fuck makes you know that?
But do not men make mistakes in this matter so that they think many men trustworthy who are not really so, and vice versa. They do. Then to those men who are not good enemies and the bad friends, certainly. But nevertheless, it is just for them in those circumstances to help the evil and harm the good, is it not?
Does it look like I made his neck here? He had like a shirt over here, and I covered it up. Oh, it just looks like a 420p fucking photo to me.
Kind of natural.
Yeah. Wonder what point he's getting at, and I wonder what it's coming or whatever. Ooh, girl can't wait until the movie explains itself. I wonder if he was able to have conversations like this, because if he was living in a world like this, how could Socrates have been murdered? It just doesn't seem.
Yeah, so Socrates seems like he's very much like you, and or somebody says something stupid, you already see the path around all their dumb logic, my dumb thinking. And that's what he's done. How can you be just? How can you do all these things?
Yeah.
How can you be just when just is only good when things are useless?
Yeah. If people had these conversations, though, back then, wouldn't life have been a little easier? I feel like all these may have been made up. You know? Like, he couldn't really have these conversations.
Well, maybe they have the conversations and, it doesn't stick with people. You get proven wrong. And
Well, didn't he say he wanted to, in his older age, he wanted to become more learned?
The dad did. This is the son.
Oh. Well, that's been hard to follow. My bad. Okay.
But nevertheless, it is for them in those circumstances to help the evil and harm the good, is it not? Apparently. But are not the good just, and such as do not injustice? Who do no injustice? Yes. Then, according to your argument, it is just to do ill to those who do no injustice. Certainly not, Socrates, he said. It is the argument that seems evil. Then it is just to harm the unjust and benefit the just? That seems a fairer conclusion than the former. Then, Polemarchus, I said, for the many who have been entirely mistaken about men, it will be just to harm their friends, for some of them are evil, and to help their enemies, for some of them are good. So we shall come to a conclusion exactly contrary to what we asserted to be Simonides' meaning. Yes, he said, that is certainly the result. But let us change, for we probably did not define friend and enemy rightly.
But let's not define words, that's just semantics. Fucking retards. Ooh, debate me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just so angry at how stupid people are. Because I've never seen when people, do debates or whatever, they don't want to define what they mean by the words that they say. Because I have a different picture, you have a different picture. And then people are like, ooh, my nuance. It doesn't work like that. Because even if you define it, now I have a thing that I can say you are contradicting yourself. Because people, when you're a stupid idiot child like everybody is now, the definitions of things can always change. It's like, oh, I said that, but I really meant that. Oh, but this and that, jumping all over the place. And with something that's clear, whenever there's something even seemingly a contradiction, you can smooth those problems out. No, let's just fucking say whatever we want and not mean anything. You know?
Yeah.
Why not?
Are you gonna save that? That Danny Shanks thing, so we have another Danny Shanks head.
Oh, should I?
Yeah, I think so. It might be good.
How do I do that? Maybe.
You could copy it and then you make a new you kind of just make a new file and you can paste it and
Okay. Okay, I'll do that. Before I let's save this first. Oh, what were we gonna call this? I have never been so scammed.
We fell for the biggest scam.
Do you want to maximize compatibility? What do you think Brendan Small's mom, Paul Small, want to do about compatibility maximization?
I think I'm gonna get just a little bit more soup and then
Okay.
come back.
and we'll continue to watch or listen to Plato go.
Is there something? Do we have any sort of bread?
I don't believe so, baby.
Okay. Oh, damn, look at all that fucking mess. I have to save this as a
PNG.
Okay, and then it'll give me the option of the mask and everything, right?
Of the mask?
Yeah, that we can that thing in the back.
Oh, the transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that a mask?
No.
Your mom's a fucking whore.
My mom is a whore and a skank.
Fucking smelly bitch.
A very cream-filled blood slut.
She wishes she was cream filled. She wants your fucking cream, nasty. Sorry, probably. I won't go there. Even though I only say it because it's the truth. There you go. File, export, right?
Yeah.
As a PNG. Oh, should we try to rule 34 Kit Boga or like somebody else?
Oh, you know somebody.
King Cobra.
Yeah, might as well. Might as well throw up all the stuff today.
Metadata, copyright, and contact info. Shut the fuck up.
Be right back, baby.
Love you. It's late. I want that hamburger. Danny Shanks.
Oh, it is late. When did we say we were going to do this for super long? How,
I don't know. Well, you're gonna be like eating shit, so. You know, what are you gonna do?
What are we going to do? Eat a little bit, we'll go for a little bit longer. We can, sooner rather than later, we can call it quits and wind down. You gotta get lotions and stuff.
Yeah.
All that shabazz.
Whoop. Ugh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ugh. Uh,
How many faces we got here, wife?
I thought it was done, but
They whip out Nick Swartzen.
yeah. Kit Bogo 1.5.
That's silly as hell.
Yeah. Or is it?
Ah, that's pretty fucking silly.
No. Oh. What do you mean remove background? There's no more background left to remove. Should he be with the rest of them somewhere, or should he be on his own, kind of looking up at the scam?
I think that's pretty good.
Just like that?
Oh, yeah.
Shouldn't put him a little head out.
Yeah, I like him over there.
You would.
What do you think, audience? If Nick Swartzen was in our thumbnail, where do you think he would put himself?
And his mom, Paula Swarsden. I kind of like how have like a little. I'll never be able to tell if it's even though. Because those lines don't come up unless you're using the mouse. Ah.
No!
I don't know, I'd call that fucking done.
Pretty good.
I kind of wanted to, but Danny Shanks is already there. Something like in his eyes or up his nose, like something very. God, he looks like my brother. Like a ghost. You know that little Danny Shanks face ghost.
What if you put the laser eye thing, but do it in his nose?
Do we have the laser eye thing still somewhere?
Somewhere.
That's encouraging.
I think it's in pictures in one of the folders. Let me look at the web memes.
A hot dog up his nose?
Either from the web or in memes.
Would it be in webs?
Downloaded from somewhere.
Let's put her in here. We give him that bra. That's one ugly bitch. Like, her hair isn't even nice. What is this, a dead person? No. That's good. Damn, that's a lot of shit. The vaccine. I put this creepy bitch in there.
Ayo Blasio.
Just out of curiosity. Blah. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. What do you mean done? I didn't do anything to it. Fucking cuts her hair off. I look stupid. We're gonna have to give her a haircut. There we go.
Yeah.
Not the laser eyes, but
Close enough. Almost laser eyes. I mean, look at him.
Are you gonna make her tiny and fit in his nose or something?
Yeah, try.
So those guys like, well, we didn't define shit right.
We didn't define anything, right?
in defining a friend to him, but let us change, for we probably did not define friend and enemy rightly. Where was the definition wrong, Polemarchus? In defining a friend as him who seems to be trustworthy. And now, I said, what change shall we make? Well, we shall say, he said, that he is a friend who not only is thought to be, but really is trustworthy.
How do you know that shit?
But he who is only thought to be and is not really trustworthy is thought to be but is not really a friend. And the same change will apply to enemies. Then, according to the argument, the good man will be a friend and the bad an enemy. Yes. Then you would have us add to our definition of justice. In other words, whereas we previously where we said previously that it was just to do good to friends and harm to enemies, shall we now further say that justice is to do good to friends when they are good and to harm enemies when they are bad? Certainly, he said. I think that is an excellent definition. Then, is it then, I said, the nature of a just man to harm any human being whatever? Why, certainly, he said. He must harm those who are wicked and enemies. When horses are harmed, do they become better or worse? Worse. Worse as horses or worse as dogs? Worse as horses. And similarly, when dogs are harmed, do they become worse as dogs and not worse as horses? Necessarily. Then, my good sir, shall we not say the same of men? That when harmed, they become worse as men, that is, worse in human excellence?
I was wondering, so like, friend and enemy doing harm, but that can never be, like, the answer.
Yeah.
It looks like a nasty booger.
Ew, it does.
Should we keep it like that?
Ayo, boogero. Oh, it's just a booger.
She is a booger upon
Poor
the world.
Danny Shanks having to be in this thumbnail.
Shh.
Then, my good sir, shall we not say the same of men? That when harmed, they become worse as men, that is, worse in human excellence? Certainly. But it is not just. But is not justice a human excellence? That too is indisputable. Then,
yes, it is.
Then, my friend, it is also indisputable that men who are harmed become more unjust. Apparently. Now, can musicians, by the art of music, make men unmusical?
That is impossible.
It's impossible.
Or can horsemen, by horsemanship, make men worse riders? No. Then can just men, by justice, make men unjust? Or, in short, can good men by virtue make men bad? No, that is impossible. It is not the function of heat, I imagine, to make cold, but of its opposite. Yes, nor of dryness to make wet, but of its opposite. Certainly. Nor of the good man to do harm, but of his opposite. That is evident. And it is not, and is not the just man good? Certainly. Then to harm either his friend or any other man is not the function of the just man, Polemarchus, but of his opposite, the unjust. What you say seems to me indisputable, Socrates. Then, if any man has said that it is just to restore to each man what is owing, and if that means that the just owes harm to his enemies and help to his friends, he was not a wise man, and that he said what was untrue. For we have discovered that it is never just to injure any man. I agree, he said.
Oh, now you fucking agree. Alright, whatever.
Then I said, you and I will take up arms together against anyone who attributes this saying to Simonides, or Bias, or Pittacus, or any other wise and blessed man. I am quite ready to do my share of the fighting, he said.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know, I said, whom I think to be the author of the saying, that it is just to help friends and harm enemies? Whom? He said. I fancy that it was Periander, or Perdiccas, or Xerxes, or Ismenias the Theban, or some man of wealth and financial power, and fancy power, sorry.
Fancy power.
Yes, you are certainly right, he said. Very good, I said. Now, since the definition of justice and what is just has been rejected, what other definitions can anyone give? Now, while we had been talking, Thrasymachus had several times tried to interrupt the argument, but had been restrained by those next to him who would wish to hear it to the end. When we stopped for a moment, and I said these words, he could keep still no longer. But gathering himself up, he sprang at us like a wild beast to make us his prey. Polemarchus and I shrank aside in fear. Then, speaking so that all could hear, he said, "What nonsense has possessed you two all this time, Socrates? What do you mean by all your polite bowing and scraping to one another? If you have a genuine desire to know what justice is, do not confine yourself to asking questions and making a show by refuting any answer that is given. You know that it is much easier to ask questions than to answer them." But he was answering them. They got to the end. They came to a conclusion that doing harm to another person is unjust. So what he originally said cannot be what he meant. That Simonides guy did not mean what this dude thought owing was, or whatever. This conversation happened because the Polemarchus guy, was like, this Simonides dude said that you have to repay those who are owed. Like
Whether friend or foe, whatever.
It is just to repay what is owed,
even with enemies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they went through all the rigmarole, and they just got to the conclusion that you can't do that because hurting your enemies is unjust. So
paying back your friends is also unjust?
Oh, you opened up the that other one you were working on?
Yeah, I figured that other one was done. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Do you see it? I think there's not much else that can be done, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's good. No.
This art.
It is art.
I gotta find a fucking Amber Lynn one. Do another Amber Lynn one. Do another one with someone fucking stupid. I'm such a fucking contrarian. Everybody's like, oh, Justice Schramm, keep making your delusional fucking YouTube videos. And I'm like, fuck you, retard. But everybody fucking, oh, you fucking boggling. Oh, you're so smelly, so gross. You're drunk fucking to Joshua. And I'm like, leave the guy alone a little bit, you know? Yeah. They're out for blood.
Yeah.
And even if people started doing that to Shrum, it wouldn't be right. It's not just.
No.
Oh, they deserve it. What kind of fucking retard?
They're out for blood because they have deemed it.
Yeah.
Not because what is just.
Yeah. Oh, I tried to help you and you didn't take it, so that means you're my enemy and I'm gonna fucking try to destroy you. Like, what kind of retardation? Pisses me off. I ride bike. Alright. Going back to this one. I know there's more dead people I gotta search.
Oh, for the reincarnation thing.
Crayon Shinshin's, but oh, because you didn't select language, so this is probably in Japanese, right?
Yeah.
Is that semen? No. Sign-in? Two-factor sign-in?
You know that it is much easier to ask questions than to answer them. But answer yourself.
Oh, but what did you mean by that? They answered it, so what do they mean by what you just said?
Oh, it's like,
it's easier to ask questions than to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's... But they asked questions and answered them. So...
just because one is easier than the other doesn't mean Socrates isn't capable of both.
Yeah.
And he's the only one asking and answering nothing or anything. Right?
Yeah. But answer yourself and say how you define justice. And don't dare to tell me that it is the obligatory or the expedient or the profitable or the lucrative or the advantageous, but make your answer precise and accurate, for I will not have any rubbish of that kind from you. When I heard this, I was struck with amazement, and gazed at him, and began to be afraid. I think that if I had not looked at him before he looked at me, I should have been struck dumb. But when the argument began to exacerbate him, I had looked at him first, so that I was able to answer him. Thrasymachus, I said, trembling, do not be hard on us, for if Polemarchus and I have gone astray in your scrutiny of the argument, our sin has assuredly not been deliberate. If gold had been the object of your search, we could never have allowed our politeness to spoil our chance of finding it. And now, when we are seeking for justice, a thing more precious than much gold, never imagine that we should have given away to one another so weakly or foolishly, instead of making every effort to discover it. We are in earnest, my friend, believe me. But the task, I fancy, is beyond our powers, and therefore you clever people should rather pity than scold us. When he heard this, he burst out laughing and said, O Heracles, this is our sly Socrates, whom we all know so well. I knew how it would be, and I told the others that you would refuse to give an answer, but would take refuge in slyness or anything to excuse your answering a simple question.
Damn. Got fucking told.
Called
out.
You were a wise man, Thrasymachus, I said. And you know that if you ask someone what are the factors of 12, and you said to him, "Don't dare, sir, tell me that 12 is twice 6, or 3 times 4, or 6 times 2, or 4 times 3, for I will not have any such nonsense from you. You could see, I fancy that no one would answer that kind of question."
Huh? What?
That he
Yeah, that is like I don't want to hear the truth.
I don't want. What is this dog? Describe that dog, but I don't want to hear that it's furry. It's got 4 legs.
Yeah.
So, what other answer is Socrates going to give if that guy said you're not going to listen to these things that make up justice?
Yeah.
If he said to you, "Thrasymachus, what do you mean? Am I to give none of these answers? But what, my good sir, if one of them happens to be right? Am I then to give another answer than the true one? Or what do you mean? What would you have said to that?" "Oh, well," he said, "the cases are so exactly parallel, are they not? There is no reason why they should not be," I said. "But even if they are not, but one of those answers seem true to the person questioned, do you fancy that he will not answer as he thinks, whether we forbid him or not?" "Then you are actually going to do that?" said he. "Will you give one of those answers which I have forbidden?" "I should not be surprised," I said, "if on the consideration I thought it right to do so." "Well," he said, "what if I give you an answer about justice different from all these, and better? What penalty are you prepared to pay?" "None," I said, "but the befitting penalty of ignorance. It is befitting surely to learn from wisdom. I am ready to pay that penalty."
Pay what penalty?
To learn from wisdom.
So okay.
You pay the penalty of ignorance.
That's what happens. But you got to recognize it as ignorance, or else you don't get to learn.
"You are an entertaining fellow," he said. "Yes, you must learn. But you must pay in money also."
What?
This guy's gonna school Socrates and says, "Not only am I gonna school you on your wrong thinking, but you're gonna owe me money."
That's a fucking sophist for you.
"Certainly, if I have any," I said. Oh man, this is getting good. "But that is all. That is all right," said Glaucon. "As far as money is concerned, Thrasymachus, you may say on, for we will all contribute for Socrates." "Oh yes," he said, "to let Socrates play his usual game, refuse to answer himself, but to listen to another's answer and then refute it." "But, my good sir," I said, "how can a man answer when, in the first place, he is ignorant and confesses his ignorance, and when, secondly, even if he has any opinion on the subject, he has to be forbidden to say what he thinks by a man of no mean authority? It is much better that you should speak, for you say that you know and have an answer. Therefore, don't refuse, but do me the favor of answering, and don't grudge instructing Glaucon here and the rest of us." When I had said this, Glaucon and the others...
One second.
think that's an acceptable place, and we'll pick back up.
Do you think it is?
I think so, baby, and it's the time that it is, and we said we were going to be up late. And
Okay. Alright.
I think so.
Alright. I just need to. Blah. It's like turning them into humans
Ew.
when you bevel them. I gotta stroke this anime character real quick.
Oh, stroke him. Of course, you make the Asian yellow.
Ain't they all fucking Asian? There's so many to collect. I haven't even run into the two that I watched for that short amount of time. Where is it? Is that it? No. Well, it was like that little kid with the slime thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's that baking one. Yeah, I have no idea where that kid with the slime is. Oh well, it don't matter. So I guess I'll stop it.
Yeah.
I'll save this for me to poop on.
Poop away, wife.
And press this button.
Yep. Love you.
Press this I love you. This button and this